Hey, Stefan Fischer here from All Off Road. In part 1 of today's exciting video series, prepare to be transported back into the mesmerising Flinders Ranges. This extraordinary destination showcases a landscape that will leave you in awe. Brace yourself for rugged mountain ranges, expansive gorges, enchanting creeks adorned with river-red gum trees, and seemingly endless plains that stretch as far as the eye can see. Let's also not forget some incredible walks and four-wheel drive tracks, with a magnificent scenery. During our adventure, we venture off the beaten path, exploring some hidden gems in lesser-known stations. My aim is to inspire you for future travels as we uncover the incredible wonders this region has to offer. But that's not all. In addition to the breathtaking scenery, I'll be providing valuable updates on the latest products I'm currently field testing. I believe in honesty and transparency, so I'll share my genuine experience and insight to assist you in making informed purchase decisions. So without further ado, let's dive right into the captivating world of the Flinders Ranges, and let's start with a small little station called Horseshoe Top End. So on the road again, going onto a Flinders Ranges and Simpson Desert trip. Really looking forward to it. And for the Flinders leg now we have Dave with a Rangy, and we catch up with Steven in his patrol. I've been testing my new 3G 4G boosting system, you know, with that Poynting antenna on the roof and the Nighthawk in the glove box. So I pull over at spots where I can see I only have 1 bar Telstra. I switch the Wi-Fi off, and then I load Petrol Spy. That loads the map every time, and if you don't have connection it won't load the map. And I try Facebook, so I make sure that that doesn't work. Then I'm gonna switch over to Wi-Fi to the Nighthawk, and every time so far I had connection. I also did run a speed test with the Nighthawk, but on cellular it wouldn't even load. So yeah, it definitely works, that's for sure. And I can't tell you how many instances I have of the CelFiGo where I did the same and it did bugger all. I mean, that's why I removed it. I caught up with Dave in Koba again, and we decided to stay in a hotel because the weather turned a little bit and it didn't look too good. However, at 5 o'clock I was up again. I couldn't sleep anymore, so I sent Dave a text and I made my way to Wilpena because I also was keen to try the new Lazer Linear Elite 36 and to see what a difference it made. If you watched my previous videos, especially the Fraser Island series, you know that I really rated the Lazer Linear 36, and Lazer now offered me to test the Linear Elite, which has double the output than the Linear, and man, that light bar is an absolute ripper, I have to say. Linear only. That is quite amazing, I have to say. To be honest, it outshines. Now I switch on the Lazer Sentinel edition. Quite impressive. How far that linear also goes. Wow. Doesn't really transfer right on video, but if you actually drive, that is exactly the light I need for country driving, because it illuminates everything and it makes it feel like daylight. Just have a look how well the whole left and right side of the road is illuminated, and that is exactly where you would have animals coming from. To be honest, with that light setup now, I do not care if I have to drive at night. It's just brilliant. I absolutely love it. It's only the Sentinel. $3.30. Just leaving Peterborough, caught up with Steven, got some last supplies. Now heading to Horseshoe Bend, supposedly only 45 minutes or so.
Horseshoe Top End is a scenic sheep property nestled in the Horseshoe Ranges, a picturesque part of the Flinders Ranges located 330 kilometers north of Adelaide. It has been a home to the Connell family since the 1870s, when John Connell and his wife Anne first settled on the land, originally part of Conato Station. In the early days, the Shoe was a thriving community with a school and vibrant social activities. It was supported by the nearby town of Hammond and a rail link that was vital for transportation of goods and grain. The 12 families who initially settled in the Horseshoe faced challenging conditions, dealing with clearing land, growing crops, raising stock and enduring droughts. Over time, many families left due to the hardship. The school closed in 1920 and by 1963 only the Connells remained. In 1977, after the third generation of Connells retired, the family continued to manage the property. And in 2005, they diversified into tourism, creating Horseshoe Top End. As we arrived fairly late in the afternoon, we didn't see Teresa O'Connell, the owner, in the evening, and we camped in one of the valley campgrounds.
So, kangaroo steak, some beans, my Pyrolux pan, and that's dinner.
We had a pretty quiet and good night's sleep, which was needed after the 2.5 days of driving. In the morning we did our usual morning routine, coffee, brekkie for some, and sat around the fire and enjoyed the peacefulness and spectacular countryside around us. The owner, Teresa Connell, promised us she would be there early so that we could plan the rest of the day.
Yeah, we just met the owners here of Horseshoe Top End, and she suggested a different campsite, which is up on the rim and has beautiful views, especially in the evening. So we're packing in now all, head up there and also at the same time explore the tracks. Really looking forward to see what the day brings. It's not too many tracks here. Apparently if you straight drive it's only 3.5 hours of driving, but some very scenic views, so really looking forward to it.
The station has only 3 main 4-wheel drive tracks ranging from easy to advanced, which all could be driven in half a day. The signature track definitely is the advanced track, which crosses over the rim to the plains of the other side, just to meander back towards a big escarpment for a final steep ascent back to the top of the rim with some spectacular views. While the drive is classed as advanced, anyone with a little bit of 4-wheel drive experience and a 4-wheel drive with a 2-inch lift and good tires should have no issue driving it. When you climb the rim and drive out into the open plains, the views are simply spectacular.
Hey guys, I'm here in one of the early settlers' huts. So these used to be all big stations, but I think late 1800 they subdivided that and got overseas immigrants in here. They were all given 600 acres and were supposed to farm wheat. So just imagine you coming from, I don't know, Italy or wherever. There's nothing around here, there's no water. Then you have to build a little hut here like this from the rocks around, and then you live here, I don't know, with your 2 kids, your husband, wife, all in these tiny little things, and you're supposed to grow wheat here. Obviously that was abandoned fairly quickly because that is no wheat country here, that's for sure.
The so-called advanced track at Horseshoe Top End provides an engaging yet relatively simple journey for four-wheel drive enthusiasts. That is as visually striking as it is enjoyable. As you navigate your way towards a massive escarpment, the landscape seems to transform, evoking a vivid imagery of the Wild West. I wouldn't have been surprised to see a band of Native American riders emerge along the ridgelines in a striking silhouette. While some of the landscape has a striking resemblance to the US, however, before white settlement it was the homeland of the Adnyamadana people for many thousands of years. At the end of the trek you have a scrabbly, steep climb up back to the Horseshoe Rim, which is good fun. With correct tire pressure and a little bit of throttle control and wheel placement, it shouldn't cause an issue for any four-wheel drive. Upon our return, we relocated to our new campsite, aptly named On Top of the World. This elevated site is decently sheltered and located on the rim, offering great views all around. In line with the other campsites on Horseshoe Top End, it features a clean drop toilet, which is greatly appreciated. The campsite offers a few more sheltered spots for tent or stretcher placements during windy conditions. The campsite is also equipped with 2 separate fire pits, designed for use during sunset and sunrise. From the campsites we have seen on Horseshoe Top End, this definitely is my favorite and something I will be back to, that's for sure. There's a 3.5 kilometer return walk not far from the campsite, and Dave and myself thought we need a bit of exercise and did that walk. It was also a good chance to give my Garmin InReach Mini 2 a workout, because on this trip I will be testing and comparing the Garmin InReach Mini 2 versus the Zoleo. So stay tuned and see what I think about these 2 units. There were plenty of skippies around and they weren't bothered by my drone at all. Another thing I got from the Adventure Expo, these Clif energy bars with caffeine. I haven't had a coffee aside this morning, so I'll give that a go. Dave, you want one? Yeah, they're not bad. That's how they look.
Yeah, looks interesting.
Energy caffeine.
Quite nice.
Got them from the Adventure Expo, but haven't tried them yet.
Stephen is relaxing around the camp, and Dave and myself gonna be driving down to the shower block, have a shower, just had a walk, so check out the shower block, and freshened up, doesn't harm, but beautiful views here, so definitely worth a visit. But I reckon, unless you want to walk and so on, but I reckon you want to drive and do 1 or 2 walks, probably 2-3 days is sufficient.
On our shower return journey, Dave and I opted for the moderate four-wheel drive trek leading back to the camp. This route doesn't descend into the western valley from the Horseshoe. Instead, it skirts along the western edge of the rim, offering a visually appealing drive, particularly in the late afternoon. The journey typically takes between 1.5 hours to 2 hours and provides an opportunity to catch the sunset from the Longview lookout. We decided to forego the lookout this time, however, as the vista from our campsite proved even more breathtaking. beautiful night's sleep, the morning sunrise was as magical as the previous sunset. After 2 nights on this beautiful station, we decided to move on as we had driven every trek. However, it was first time for coffee and to admire this beautiful sunrise. The time came for us to depart from Horseshoe Top End. Despite its small size, with just 3 treks and a day's worth of driving, this station offers an array of spectacular landscapes and camping sites, making it well worth a visit. It serves as an ideal starting point for a trip to the Flinders Ranges. Furthermore, it offers great opportunity for novice 4-wheel drivers to gain experience before venturing onto the more challenging treks on other stations.
We're on the back roads now to Hammond, through farm, station, land, looks like. But yeah, nice little drive here actually, like it.
Keep in mind, in the bush you always leave gates how you found them. Open if they were open, or close them again if they were closed. If you leave a previously closed gate open because you can't be bothered to get out of the car and close it again, this is a minute save for you. However, it may cost a farmer a day to put the stock back into the correct paddock.
Yeah, that old town of Hammond, which people restore, much credit to you. I really I love it if people move into these out of the way places and restore the old historic buildings. Yeah, it's well worth a drive through. It's a bit like a mini Beltana, some very nice houses.
Give a quick shout out to Seasucker for sponsoring this trip with funding for fuel. I purchased the first Seasucker mount over 3 years ago and still use them on all of my cars for anything which needs mounting on the windscreen. It's the only solution that does not come loose in high heat and stays permanently attached as long as you keep the vacuum up. So it's a product I can easily recommend. Check out their website as they have quite a few other suction cup solutions for sale, from temporary roof rack mounts to light bar mounts and even camp kitchens.
We just left Corn and we're planning to go to Arden Station. That is, yeah, supposedly a pretty nice 4-wheel drive up to Arden Hill. However, that is closed. Apparently it's heavily eroded and at the moment they don't have insurance. So we can't do that. However, then I remembered one of the stations on my radar, but I never really contacted or been in contact with them, was Myrna. And that is pretty much on the western side of the Flinders Ranges way and reaches into the desert. Absolutely no idea what to expect. However, I did give them a quick call. They have some vacancies and we on our way now to them. Yeah, here at Myrna station. Yes, they already did the Wowee track, yep. Which we said in the morning, probably one of the best, if not the best, afternoon treks I've ever done.
Certainly up there.
Yeah. Now we're doing the Heritage Tour and Bunbinyuna trek. But it's concerning, so we're deliberating whether we're doing it. Drivers must have advanced 4-wheel drive skills and experience. The Bunbinyuna and Wowee trek in particular are not for the faint-hearted. But I've got a defib in the car.
Lucky.
So I
got some Valium.
Good. So I think we will be alright.
Yep.
So let's see.
But I can't stop my knees knocking at the moment.
Yeah, they're shaking a bit. So let's see what the day brings. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please keep in mind this is a self-funded channel,
So I would greatly appreciate if you could help me out by sharing, liking and subscribing. And if you can, please consider head over to Patreon or buy me a coffee. And with the equivalent of a cup of coffee or two per month, you can really help me making these videos. Thanks a lot for watching and see you along the tracks.